What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You can see I'm getting set up here. I'm getting ready to install this ethanol sensor, and I'm probably not going to install that yet. And this is the the analog boost sensor. This and this, but this I'm going to install inside the car anyway. So, well, actually, this is for the ethanol sensor. I'm sorry. This is for the boost sensor. And this is the voltage regulator for the ethanol sensor, so it gets the right voltage. But I'm gonna hook this up inside the car just so, you know, heat and all that doesn't get to it. So, but anyway, you guys saw in the last video that I raced a popularity contest, fellow YouTuber popularity contest in the AMG GT43. So this guy hits me up again today. He's got another car, wants to run it again, wants to run the A6 again, and this time he's got a lot more powerful car. Matter of fact, I think that car has about a little over 300 more horses than this car. So, but I'm gonna just run it anyway, just for fun, you know. But to give me a little bit of help, I might not be able to do it because I think he actually wants to do the race today. This is the next day. I ran the AMG yesterday, so he wants to run again today, but in the faster car. But I have the Stage 2 034 with the, so that has the E40. So that E40, when I run the E40 file, that's going to make this car a little bit more powerful. I think probably like 100 more horsepower, and I forget how much more torque. And then of course, you know, as you further mod the car, like with the bigger throttle body, a ported charger and all that, you get a little bit more benefit, a little bit more horsepower from doing all that. But for now, I'm going to do this since I already have the tune and everything. So I'm probably not going to do a full install video, because there are a lot of them out there, and I'm just trying to get this done because of work, and you know, it's the weekend, kind of getting later in the day. But anyway, this is the sensor, and I wasn't sure which way the flow was, but there's no arrows or anything on here. But most people install it like this, with the hookup right here pointing back towards the firewall. And I went and got these fuel line quick connects. I got two of them because I wasn't sure what size I needed. There's a 5/16 and then a 3/8, and you can see the 3/8 hole is bigger, and it's actually the size of this, which, so if I'm able to get this in there, it'll give, you know, a little bit more fuel flow compared to this, because this is a smaller, you know, you can see a smaller hole. But it looks like this one will fit, so looks like I'll be running these, and these will be safer to run because they connect onto that and they won't push off. Whereas I have seen some videos where people just hook the line straight onto this and put clamps on it, but the only thing about that is there's no type of barb or anything to keep the fuel line from pushing off, and that might not be an issue. People probably have gotten away with that, but I just want to run it like this because it's a lot safer. So you can see I got the wire harness ready. I'm gonna have to run it through here into the engine bay, and also since I'm going to be upgrading to the CWA 150 coolant pump, I got to upgrade to well, I have to put in a 25 amp fuse to replace the stock 15 amp fuse for the CWA 50. So since I'm gonna have to take all this out to get to the fuse panel and run that harness, I'm gonna go ahead and do this while I'm in there. And then let's see, I got some clamps for the fuel line. Then I also found this braided wire loom, and you can see the part number right there, 86603. It's at your local auto parts store, but this is real nice. It's a braided wire loom cover, so I'm going to be running that too. But I'm still gonna wrap this line with electrical tape and then some of this friction tape, which is what Volkswagen and Audi use on their wire looms anyway. So I'm probably just gonna run this portion up to here to where it might move because of the engine movement, and then just all the way through there with just the electrical tape and the loom. I'm about to get started, and then if I get everything hooked up before it's not too late, I'll probably go put a little bit of E85 or just see where the E85 content is at for now. I'm probably not gonna be able to, because I think I'm like 3/4 full. So I probably won't be able to run the E40 file today. So, but I might try to get out and see if I can get it down to like a little bit past half tank or something to maybe get some more E85 in there and see if I can get it up to E40 or a little bit over E40 to be safe. All right, get back with y'all in a minute. All right, you guys, I got this far. I got the sensor hooked up and I got the loom on it. Came under the bottom, under there. Ran this through there, and I was able to get that under that factory connection and just ran it around there. But I'm gonna have to hook up the rest of this tomorrow because it's getting late. And on top of that, this guy just showed up in this. So I'm also filming a video for us to get out here and run the cars. Of course, he's probably gonna win because this car has like what, 300 more horses than that one. Probably over 300 more horses than that one, but I'm gonna run it anyway. So I get back with y'all. All right, you guys, I'm back. This part back here, trying to get the wire harness through the firewall, I had to pull that grommet out because I was trying to poke a hanger through it and it just wasn't going anywhere. So I pulled that grommet out and pushed it through like that. Because once you poke through it, I mean, you might still hit the actual wire loom. So I pulled this out, and that way you can see all the way into the car. So I pushed the wire loom right under that, and then it just went straight through. But man, trying to figure that out for a minute was because I had to get this this fuse box out the way. So I had to take this windshield wiper off so this would push back enough to get this part past it so I can push it up enough to pull that back, cut a hole in that grommet and push it through. And I was trying to find videos of people actually doing it, but I didn't see any detailed videos of how people did it. Because I was going to try to get through that grommet right there, but I poked a hole through it and right behind it was just a stop. So I went ahead and went through there, and that's how I did it. But trying to poke a hanger through it, I mean, you try to poke a hanger through that, it's just gonna hit something. So you might as well take this fuse box out. You know, of course, you remove the ECU. You can unhook the ECU if you want to. I just didn't want to unhook the battery because I see sometimes that you have to reprogram the battery, and I didn't want to mess around with all that. So I did it like this. You know, just how I just explained to you guys. Pulled that grommet out, and then you could actually see your the floor of the car, and it just went straight through. And I put my jacket in here, shine the light to make sure that's what it was, but you can see it comes out right there, right through this little that little part right there. Came right through. All right, so you can see I put a lot of excess wire because I didn't know how long I would have to go. But so I'm gonna get this back together and I'll get back with y'all. Probably won't have the sensor hooked up today, so I want to put all this back together because it's getting late, and I'll probably hook it up tomorrow after I get back from work, and then we'll see like what's the stock ethanol content and stock gas. I think it's like 10%, so we'll see what it says. Oh, real quick, one more thing. When you guys are trying to do this, or if you're doing this and you ever have this off, go ahead and vacuum all of this out. But also, I don't know if you can see right here where my hand is. This is a drain. This is the drain for the rain tray, and it had all kind of leaves and everything in it. So when you vacuum that out, everything's not gonna come out. All you got to do is stick your finger in there, move it around to like clear it out. And I think there's one on the other side, but I can't see it. But I just made sure I took the vacuum up on this side and got everything out. But that's a tip, so make sure you get that cleaned out because it could flood. That's what used to happen on the older cars. All right, you guys. I don't know if you guys can see on this side, but let me see. Well, you can't see it, but I found the drain on this side and it's completely clogged up. So I gotta stick something. It's like dirt though, just like sediment. So I'm gonna stick something in there and unclog it. But it's over here, like right under this section. So just FYI for you guys to look out for that. All right. I don't know if you guys can see that. The camera won't focus on it, but if you look right there where my hanger is going in, that's the grommet right there. So it was just mostly dirt sediment. So what I did was I just took a hanger and just pushed, you know, all the dirt through until it cleared up. And the one on the other side just had like leaves and stuff in it. So I was backing that out and I had to push my finger through that to clear it out. But make sure you guys get that because it could cause problems later. It could, you know, if it gets clogged up, it'll end up flooding this whole thing. And, you know, you got a fuse box in here, your fuse box in here, and your computer, water could just raise all the way up and mess everything up. So make sure you guys clear that out. All right, y'all, finally just got it back together. So just like I showed you before, that's the E85 sensor right there. Just ran the wire all the way there. Tried to go with the factory harness all the way over. Got all that back together. See, I just ran it right there. Zip ties. I'm not gonna hook it up today. You know, you can see I gotta trim the wires. I gotta put all that back on. It's getting late. But this is the voltage, I forget what they call it, the low voltage thing for the E85. So I'm just gonna mount this right on the box. And I've seen a few other people do it like that too. So I'm just gonna mount that right there, and then these wires will hook to the wire harness coming straight from the E85 sensor. But I'm gonna do that probably tomorrow. I'm gonna get all this back together, so I'll get right back with you guys tomorrow when I hook this up. All right, you guys, I'm back. Got everything hooked up. You can see I put the voltage analyzer right on the back of the box, so you know it's not in the hot engine bay. And what I did was I hooked up these male and female connectors so I could like if I ever need to unhook all this for any reason, or I want to remove anything, because this is coming all the way from the sensor in the engine bay, I could just unplug it like that and everything will just come apart nice and clean like that. So, but apparently you can't just hook the gauge up and everything work. Well, as far as the ethanol, because it also measures fuel temperature, so you have to configure it. So I'm about to look in how to configure it, and then I'll get back right with you guys and we'll see how much ethanol is in the gas. And by the way, I looked at a few videos on how to hook this up, and the best one that I've seen so far, by far, hands down, is one by a YouTuber called StreetRyde. What he did was to power the ethanol sensor was he just tapped into the into the power and ground coming from the harness that goes to the OBD2 port, coming from this right here. So it was real easy to hook it up like that. So go check that video. I'll put a link to the video in the description. All right, you guys, I got it all configured, and actually it was real easy to do. I guess this one is the version 3. So the version 3 is easy to set up. You actually just follow these instructions. It'll come with the gauge and everything. Well, if you have the option for ethanol, and you just follow these instructions, and it'll, if you get the V3, the version 3 one, which probably all they're selling now, unless you find a place that has an old one, but it was real easy to set up. So, and then because I was looking at a video, and I guess the version 2 doesn't say ethanol, it'll say like analog 1, and that's how you'll know you're on the ethanol. And then you have to set the values in it, and then the fuel temp, the same thing, you'll have to set the values in it. But the version 3 comes already configured, and then when I tap, go through here, see how it says ethanol? That's how I know I'm on the ethanol, which is real good. So I say, if you're looking for one of these, get the version 3. But the only thing, I like this gauge, but the only thing about it is that I would like to read more than one thing, more than one be able to read more than one thing at the same time. Like if I want to read ethanol and boost, or boost and temp, stuff like that. So a new company called Can One or something like that is out. So a few people hit me in the comments when I went to go pick this gauge up and told me about it. Then I seen a few videos about it too, and their gauge is supposed to be better than this one. It reads a few more things, and I think it's even cheaper than this one. But I think you can do 2 readouts of 2 different sensors at the same time. So that seems like a better option to me. But since I just got this one, I might do that like way down the line. So anyway, I'm at 10% ethanol because I just put some 91 in it, some regular 91, which I think all gas in California has up to like 9 or 10% ethanol in it in California, or something like that. And that's it right now. Now I can go put some, you can see I'm at like a little over half a tank right there. So I got to run the gas down to be able to put some, get it up to E40. Then I'll be able to run the E40 tune. And then as far as, let me turn the car off. As far as the race against the GT500, I talked to him today, and we still haven't heard anything. So, but it was fun to race that AMG. I didn't think that this car was going to beat that car by that much. I mean, they said, I asked the guy, how much was it? He said, man, you got him like by 4 cars. He said, no, man, that was like by 4 buses. I was just dying, man. But we didn't think that it was going to beat it. But we didn't know if it was going to beat it. But I kind of figured it was going to beat it after I test drove it. But I didn't think it was going to beat it by that much. But the GT500, that thing is a beast. That's like Hellcat territory. So, and it's around the same weight of this car. I think this car might be just a little bit lighter than the GT. I think the GT500 is like around just under 4,200 pounds, or like 41 something. I think this car is like 4,000 something, somewhere around there. So, the power to weight ratio, but this is all-wheel drive, and, you can never tell until you actually race something. But I seen some videos of the GT500 before racing, And when that thing hits mid-range, I don't know what has, but it's almost like it gets extra boost or something. Man, those things just take off. So, but like I said, that car has about what, a little over 300 more horses than this car. So, but you know, he went overkill. I guess his pride and everything, I guess he wanted to get that win against me. So, but we're probably going to do that race as soon as he gets it back. If not, I'm probably going to race the other guy who actually drove the AMG, Mopar Media Movement. I'm probably saying the channel wrong. I'll probably put it up on the screen when I post this video. But he has a few SRTs, the wagon, the 300 that you saw, and then he has the Jeep, SRT Jeep. I think the first SRT Jeep that came out. And that car is supposed to be, I forget how much fast, 0 to 60, wet or dry. You know, it's all-wheel drive, so it's supposed to be very fast. So, but if you look back in the video when we did the race, man, he did a takeoff, because we were all gonna line up. But he ended up, we you know, it wasn't a 3-lane, so, but he took off, man. That car took off so fast. So that'll probably be a good race against this, because he's actually has, that car stock has more horsepower than this car. So that'll probably be a good race. But, you know, he had his family in the car, so, you know, didn't want to do nothing like that. But I'm gonna try, you know, if popularity contest doesn't have the GT500 ready, I'll probably try to get Will to race against me probably soon, maybe this coming weekend or something like that. So, and then also we have access to a few other cars, so through a business venture that we're on. So we're gonna you'll probably see some more exotic cars on the channel that we'll probably be taking out, doing some we'll call it acceleration runs, so in Mexico, of course. But leave a like, comment, subscribe. I think the next thing I got coming up for this is I'm going to be installing the Merc Racing intercooler and the CWA 150. I have everything for that, so I'm going to be hooking that up as soon as I get some time off from work to hook that up. All right, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.